All right, so we're gonna start our meals with our chicken soft tacos. So I started with getting our chicken marinated here. I marinated it in a half bag of taco seasoning. I'm going to start by cooking it off in a hot skillet on both sides. I'm pretty much gonna cook it all the way through. I'm gonna bring it back over here and then I'm gonna cut it up into small pieces. I'm gonna add a little water and a little taco seasoning into that and then just let it simmer for the rest of the time until we get everything else ready. And then meanwhile, I'm going to make the corn and black bean relish and the guacamole. So we've got our chicken going. Now we're gonna start on our corn and black bean relish and our guacamole. I like doing these two salads, particularly with chicken soft tacos. It just adds like an alfresco type feeling to the dish, okay? The salads are nice and fresh with the fresh vegetables, the fresh cilantro. I also like doing these two salads together because they have some similar ingredients in them. So you can often just cut the vegetables for both and then divide it into two separate bowls. Okay, so to start, we're gonna start with our corn and black bean relish. This is a half bag of frozen corn. I just put it in the strainer. I literally ran it under hot water for 30 seconds and it's thawed, so it's all good. This is our half can of black beans that we had in the freezer since bin 5. So I pulled those out last night, let them thaw. I'm gonna add our corn into it. I've got some red onion here I started cutting up. Now half of this red onion is for the guacamole. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that over here. And then this is for our corn and black bean salad. I'm going to cut up some celery and some red pepper. Next, I'm going to pick and chop our cilantro. I've already got it washed here and drying. I'm going to actually do the cilantro for the guacamole and the corn and black bean relish all at the same time. So first of all, you want to pick and just throw the stems away or save them for a stock if you want. If you want to do cilantro stems in your stock. Got the cilantro chopped up. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. Rest of it we're saving for that guacamole. Now I'm going to show you when you're squeezing your limes, roll them first. This will help the juice come out a little bit easier. Just cut them in half. Also, if you're doing a lot, you can use the tongs. That way, you're not wearing out your wrist. So we're just going to start with the half of a lime and see where we go from there. There's the little bit of vinegar, a little bit of cumin, and a little bit of olive oil. Season that up with some salt and pepper and mix it up and see what it tastes like. We can always add more lime juice if we want. Look at all those exciting colors in there. That's awesome. Let's do about half of this lime and call it done. Save the rest for the guacamole. Next, we're gonna work on our avocados. We're just gonna cut these in half. Pop those off. Also, if you save the seeds and you put them in the guacamole, it's supposed to keep it from not browning. So also your lime juice, and if you keep plastic right into the guacamole, you'll keep your surface areas from browning as well. So now we're gonna finish up our guacamole. So I'm gonna start smashing the avocados. When you purchase your avocado, you want to just kind of gently push on the sides of it. And if it has some give, it is ripe. If it is hard, it is not ripe, and you cannot make guacamole with it. You can bring it home and put it in the windowsill and wait a couple days if you have no other option. But preferably you want to buy one that's ripe so that you can use it right away. Like I said, just give it a squeeze, and if it has some gives, like when you're checking the baked potatoes in the oven, if it's got some give when you switch the sides, it's ready to go. And that's it. So we got red onion, cilantro, tomatoes, lime, salt and pepper. And you also want to put plastic up to the surface area, because anywhere the air touches the avocado, it will brown. So if you smush it down in there, you're going to have less brownage on there. And if it does turn brown before you serve it, you can just take this off, just skim off that top layer of brown, and it'll be green underneath. So we've got our 2 salads made. I'm going to get the soft shell tacos in the oven. I'm going to wrap them in that foil pack, just like we did in bin 5 for the enchilada casserole. While the tortillas are warming up in the oven, I'm going to chop up the chicken into the small pieces and then warm it back up with the rest of the taco seasoning and a little bit of water. And then we'll plate all this up. So there we have our chicken soft tacos. So I cut the taco meat, the chicken, up into smaller pieces. We're serving it with that corn and black bean relish, the guacamole. I just did up some julienne lettuce and tomato. There's our chips and our salsa. Then I put the tortilla shells in the oven. They just came out. They're nice and hot. Put some spoons in there and everybody can divvy up their stuff and make their own tacos. This is kind of a fancy presentation, but I like to show you how some of these simple meal preps, you can present them to look very nice. So if you have company coming over or something, you can do chicken soft tacos. And although it's a very simple meal, it looks really nice and it's easy for a group of people because everybody can make their own tacos and you can eat on paper plates. Anyway, so it's just giving you different ideas. So meal 1, chicken soft tacos.